What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. And today I will be reviewing this new Everything album, Raw Data Feel. This is English art rock band Everything 6th studio album, Raw Data Feel. Now this band, Everything is a band that is brand new on my radar, so looking into the first layer into their bio, this band is originating from Manchester that consists of 4 members into the band. Starting with the drummer, we have Michael Spearman, then we got Jeremy Pritchard on bass and keys, Alex Robertshaw on lead guitars and keys, and then also we got frontman, lead vocalist, multi-instrumentalist Jonathan Hicks. This band consists of pop aesthetics designed into indie rock layouts that mostly produce a product observed as art pop styles. But of course, like many other artists in any genre out there, there's going to be a lot of other subgenres added to each song to song, LP to LP. Like how I mentioned earlier, this is the band's 6th studio album, first debuting back in 2010 with their record Man Alive. From here, receiving 5 more full-length projects from the band discography, including this brand new record, Raw Data Feel. Diving into the first taste of this album, Teletype is a freak out of glitchy synth pads followed up with dance kicks and hi-hats. The contrast from the immersion into the sweet and warm bass lines into this track is just a bundle of fun to me. An infectious joy pumping in the sneakers on my feet, already sending us onto a great first start for the record. Moving on to the next track, I Want a Love Like This, is just another fast-paced rock pop surprise, cheering the joy of finding a love that makes him feel alive when he's failing to discover his happiness previously. There's some great rhythms added to this art pop rock style with the song Pizza, and I actually really love the group vocals onto the song Jennifer, just really giving me major Beach Boy vibes, as well as I really adore this alternative indie rock format, as well as I am adoring the instrumentals on here that just have this glossy yet smooth finish. Metroland Is Burning sparks an ember of atmospheres, giving me a visual in my head of gorgeous northern light images. Then we have Kevin's Car, which is probably my favorite track onto this LP. It just has me craving a very chill road trip with the homies. Just, you already envision me just crossing under a bridge under these gorgeous stars and bright and blissful guitars. I can see the smiles on all of our faces now. Probably high as fuck. But yeah, I do really like this song a lot. It's certainly my favorite chorus onto the LP, and as well as I really adore the musicality of the vocals and instrumentals too. And I also do like the cosmic mosaic of Space Odyssey from the song Born Under a Meteor. So this can be seen as another duplicate to Kevin's Car, as well as it really does follow that track right after this, but I more so see this as an extension of those same elements presented in the song before that. So I do admittedly have a lot of my fun on here with mostly the beginning layer, and then of course a few of the tracks towards the end of this LP. Some of that very tacky nerdiness just kind of just rubs off on me and just makes me want a little bit more early on. But in the center initiates conflict with what the band chooses to continue with moving on. Leviathan drops an easygoing rock tune that has me tasting the most blandness out of this whole project so far. With the kickoff, I was really digging the wacky instrumentation on here, just a lot of the experimentation into pop music, but on here, it's just going on cue with the guitars, and it's just getting a little bit more basic into songwriting, but particularly with the guitars on here, it's just the main culprit to its failure to amuse me. It totally feels like you're in the realm of art rock in the beginning, but as you go into the middle where there's just a lot of mediocre tunes to hear, it more so feels like uninspired rock music. And then a lot of the vocal styles, like I said, can have that spunky, hyper energy to it that is good on some of this, but it kind of spazzes out in some different ways onto these songs a little bit too harshly. Bad Friday is the first part that hits the pothole in here that really feels like one of the first moderate tracks that you're hearing so far. In all fairness, the art pop elements on this track are presented in a fair way, but at the same time, I really don't like what the writing is doing with this and what's really filling in the gaps and just filling in those roles of what they're playing and melodically. It's just not a swing that I want to swing with. And then we have on Shark Week, hip hop meeting art pop and electronic in a very awkward fashion. The momentum that rose early on since the beginning of this first layering now falls flat. The songwriting is probably one of the biggest aspects on here that really bugs me out moving on, progressing more into this 50-minute length LP. It does improve on some of the songs, like with the song Cut Up, but this song has another similar issue that I just mentioned before. The roles that are filled in with the instrumentation just don't come up victorious. At a certain point, when you notice that they continue to play on with a little bit more dull, uninspired art pop, you just kind of just get the response of, okay, we get it. But I gotta give the band the benefit of the doubt. Even though this record loses its spark past the midway point, the band does know how to work their way around a catchy hook. Most of these songs really have that going for it, at least. Because I'm gonna be honest, I could have really seen this record be reduced and work out a way better into its benefit. Like, it could have been reduced to an EP or maybe just a 25-minute length 6 or 7 track LP. And again, why I say that is because eventually the band just hits this wall and struggles to climb over it in an optimal time, and as a result spews out practically the same thing over and over again. Tying in everything with the track Software, Greatman has this awkward cut off into the last 30 seconds that just kind of settles in the factor. As badly as I wish that this record had a fire finish to it, I'm still left with the feeling of the thought that, man, there was some really good songs on here, but I really wish the album was just as good as they were. And I gotta say, I genuinely really did like the record's hot tracks on here, and I was really hoping that the midway stoppage could really just be forgettable as I play this more and more, but unfortunately, it still does linger. Yeah, at the same time, I can't say that my experience has been totally tainted with. When I come back to the thought on this project, I don't easily recall the dull parts, I more so actually remember the parts that I really, really liked about this record. So I feel like overall, it wasn't bad. I'm gonna give Everything's raw data feel a 60%. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you'll see all the separate tracklist ratings that I have for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep with me on the daily. And I'll catch you in the next one.